Hello, everyone. My name is Thom Ernst, and thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the awards show for the 22nd edition of the Kingston Canadian Film Festival. This year was the first hybrid year of the fest, offering both in-person and digital screenings with 27 features and over 40 shorts. This was an incredibly successful festival with tons of incredible films and tons of incredible talents. I should also point out during this award show, this is the first year that I am going by a script, which is the festival's attempt to keep me running in time and not rambling off on tangents, which, good luck, I'm still going to do that. So to start things off, before I do go on a tangent, they did, and by they, I mean the contest festival over social media for some swag over the past few days. And I am going to announce the winner, Marques Legas. And Marques, you will be contacted by the Kingston Canadian Film Festival team within the next few days. So congratulations, Marques. And tonight we'll be presenting 8 awards, starting with the Canadian Shorts program. So I hope everyone has their martinis or champagne ready, because we got a lot of awards to give out, 8, and we have guests to talk to and to accept those awards as well. So let's get things rolling. First, cheers to all the winners. First up, we have Best Canadian Shorts. And this was voted on by a jury. And this year, KCFF had 2 Canadian short programs, one programmed by Christian Kelly and one by Ahmed Ismailia Noir. Both short programs were juried together, and one winner has been selected. So please help us welcome that winner, who is Alliah Fafin, for her film AMANI. Alliah joins us tonight. Congratulations, Alliah. There you are.
Yes, thank you so much. That means so much to me. I'm so grateful. And yeah, that was amazing.
So where are we speaking to you? Where are you now? Oh, we froze a bit. Either that or she is so happy.
I'm in Montreal.
You're in Montreal. Congratulations. Can you tell us a little bit about your idea for the film and how it came to be?
Actually, AMANI was a story that got inspired by my childhood in Burundi during the Civil War in 1993. And unfortunately, we can see that it's still a story that is really relevant today with what happened in Syria and what's going on in Ukraine. And for me, actually, AMANI was a way of showing the reality of children during a time of war and putting a face to numbers, because we have a tendency to just talk about numbers when there's a war. And I wanted to see the children and tell their story and have a face and show their aspirations in life. And in the story, AMANI is passionate about dancing. So it was a way for me to give the public a way to get to connect with what's the reality in those countries.
Well, you did a marvelous job, and it clearly resonated with the audience. Congratulations, Alliah.
Thank you so much, really. And I want to thank my team in Chad, because the film was shot in Chad. And really, without them, I would never have been able to do this film. But I also want to congratulate everybody in post-production in Canada. We did the whole post-production in Canada. And really, like, everybody worked so hard on this film. with not a lot of budget. So it was like, we did a great job, and I'm so happy to get this award.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Well, that's a great start. An appreciative person who clearly loves filmmaking, and a film that clearly had a strong message and shows exactly the kind of Canadian spirit, I think, that Kingston really is able to show off so very, very well. So sticking with the Canadian Shorts program, the next award is for favorite Canadian short, voted on by the audience over the digital platform. And the winner for that film, or sorry, for the favorite Canadian short, is Mawrgan Shaw for her film Forgotten. Congratulations, Mawrgan. Hello.
Thank you. Hello. Thank you so much.
And where are we speaking to you from? Where are you now?
I'm in Toronto at the moment.
Ah, so am I. So we're practically next door. Congratulations. So this was picked as the favorite audience of film. Did you get to see it with an audience? Did you get to able to sort of pick up the energy that the audience was feeling?
I was not with this festival, unfortunately, but I did once get to see it in theaters, and the reception was fantastic. I'm so honored to have the audience vote for it. That means so much to me. This film, it's a short animation. It's somewhat serious, and I'm really glad that people connected with it, especially with something that's maybe not as fun or exciting as sometimes some other films can be.
You know, Canadian animation is actually, and tonight's a big night for Canadian animation with Seeing Red being premiered, particularly anybody who lives in Toronto. Canadians seem to really have a grip on animation. Any ideas of why that might be?
There's such a vibrant community here for it. It's absolutely wonderful. I emigrated to Canada 6 years ago, and the support here and the community is absolutely wonderful. There's so many small independent animation like organizations and showcases and film festivals. It's just, there's no wonder, like, it's such a great supportive environment. It's wonderful.
That's wonderful to hear. I do have to ask, where were you living 6 years ago?
Europe at that time, and then before that, Australia.
Okay, congratulations, and so glad
so
you're in Toronto. So glad you're in Canada making films with us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 6 more awards to go, and they keep growing. I'm looking at my script now to see if there's any. It does say hold for applause, so I will do that. Okay, I'm assuming you're done applauding for now anyway. Next up, we will present the 2 Youth Shorts Awards. The Youth Shorts program is open to local high school students who have created short films through their school or independently. Needless to say, I really wish they had this when I was in high school. They had cameras, but they didn't have short film programs. The first award, maybe it is a good idea they scripted this. The first award is Best Youth Short, which has been voted on by a jury and is rewarded to, and I'm getting dramatic here by pausing, Choice, directed by Sabrina Marques. Sabrina, hello. There you are. You're still on mute.
Sorry, I was on mute. Sorry. There we go. Thank you so much. I didn't expect this, honestly. I watched everyone's youth shorts and they were all absolutely incredible. When I filmed this, I was in grade 12. I'm now my first year in university, but the youth shorts got canceled when I was in high school. So I'm so glad I got to showcase this, and I guess people really liked it. So.
I guess they did. I mean, I kind of made a little jab at the fact that there was no youth film programs when I was in high school. And believe me, I honestly really wish there was. What kind, is it a very sort of vibrant course in high school? Like, do people really?
Yeah, I actually started taking, so it's communications technology is what we did for this course, and my class was very small. I think we had like 7 people, and it's usually a lot bigger, but our group was just really small. So we all got to do sort of independent films. And at the time, schools were closed, so we got sent home, so we couldn't have any studio equipment. So I was really worried about the quality of my film. But I guess it turned out okay. I was super proud of it for what the situation was. Like, COVID wasn't the best, but I made do at home. So
so you had to make do without the studio at school. How did you how did you work that? How did you work around that?
yeah, I've always sort of gravitated towards picking up a camera. Ever since I was young, I really like editing and doing all that stuff. So it felt very natural to be able to do it at home. I filmed the entire thing in my house, even like my audio, I just filmed on my phone. And you could rent camera equipment from the school, but I had an Nikon at home, so I figured I would just go for it. But yeah, I made do. It was really hard. I did it by myself. So even setting up camera shots, it took a really long time because I'd have to go back and check and make sure I was in shot. But yeah, it turned out pretty good.
One last question for you, Sabrina. I'm supposed to only ask one question per guest.
Okay.
That's not going to happen.
Okay.
So are you going to make another film? Did you get bitten by the bug?
I would love to. The way I filmed this, it's more of like a visual poem. I really love to write. I also write music. So poetry and music are sort of combined in my world. So bringing that together visually was really exciting for me. I'd love to share. It's just finding that platform, but I think this is a really good start.
It is. Congratulations, Sabrina.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now what are we on to? And the favorite youth short film. This is voted by the audience over the digital platform, and that is awarded to the film The Reflection, directed by Thom. And I don't believe Thom is with us. So yes, I should have announced that earlier, and then we're going to go to Sabrina. I messed that up, even with the script. But congratulations to Thom. I'm sure the word has gotten out to him. Our category for the next two awards is local shorts. Short films that have connections to the great city of Kingston. I'm a Torontonian, but I can vouch for how great Kingston is. I love that city. And even if I wasn't invited to the festival, I would show up. Okay, sorry, I broke script. Whether they had Kingstonians work on them, they were shot here, or both. That made more sense if I didn't interrupt those sentences. There was tons of great work this year that our programmer, Sophia Comaducci, put together into 2 full programs from which these award winners will be selected. I think they were selected. First is Best Local Short, voted by a jury. And the winner is Name It After, improvised music on Wolfe Island. And joining us for this film, we are lucky to have the director, David Parker. David. There we go, David and assistant. Hello, I want to talk to your assistant, David.
He's a lot cuter.
I don't know about that. I think you guys are tied. If he had the beard, perhaps, maybe. Congratulations, David.
Thank you. It's an honor to be awarded this and to be a part of the festival.
Excellent. Can you talk a little bit about obviously the music aspect of it? What is it about this film that drew you to it, and what you're able to bring to it?
Oh, sure. Well, it's my first film. I'm a musician normally, so music is a big part of what I normally do artistically, and I'm a member of a collective called the 12 Cat Arts Collective. So we used to run a venue and have shows with a lot of local artists. And we have some members on Wolfe Island, which is just across the lake from Kingston. And that's sort of where the idea came from, was to feature a lot of local musicians performing music that doesn't fit into any of the normal boxes, any of the normal styles of music or types of music that you see more often. We're trying to look at underappreciated music and like experimental music and stuff, which is what I like to do and what we all like to do. So it was a real community effort, and people came together, and lots of musicians helped out in all kinds of ways, playing music or making visuals for the film and producing it together. We were lucky to get some funding from a music festival in Kingston called the Tone Deaf Music Festival. So that helped it all happen. Yeah.
It's Kingston really is, this might surprise people who aren't Kingstonians. And I guess it surprised me when I first came, is how big of an arts community Kingston has and is. Were you always a Kingstonian, and were you drawn to Kingston because of its arts community?
I moved here, well, I grew up nearby, actually, in Belleville, Ontario, but had been living out of the province for 12 years. My partner and I left Halifax to move to Kingston, actually, both of us to go to school here at Queen's University. But at the time, so it was that brought us to Kingston. I was really fortunate to have landed in such a place that is so full of music, and I'm very lucky. Yeah, the
East Coast is not too shabby for music either. I mean, that's a very good hub there. I gotta ask if you're willing to share, what is the young fella's name that is sharing the stage with you right now?
That's Eska Aspen.
Aspen.
Age 2.5, and he's in his pajamas and all ready for bed, and he's not used to this kind of thing. You want to say hi, Eska?
Dow. Hi, Dow, Eska.
He said no.
Oh, Eska, I too am in my pajamas and ready for bed. That's a joke, Eska. I'm not. Okay, I don't think I'm Eska's audience. I don't think.
He's new to Zoom.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, David.
Thank you.
Well, that was nice seeing Eska stay up late for the Kingston Canadian Film Festival Awards show. I bet you he doesn't do that for the Oscars. No, we're okay. Congratulations to David. Oh, and then this is what kills me. In the script, it says, "Can you guess what's next?" You got it. I have no idea if you got it. I have no idea if you guessed it correctly, but that's what the script says. The favorite local short, and if you did get it, good for you, as voted on by our audiences through the digital platform. And the winner is, and I think the winner of this film actually is the same person as the winner of the last film. You'll see what I mean. Is Revolving, directed by Josh Lyon. Josh, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here. Slightly longer hair. If I put my hair back, I look like David, but yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a similarity. Clearly, you two know each other, though. Have you worked together?
Well, that's a great question, Thom. I actually did some editing on David's film and worked with the collective to kind of pull some of the pieces together towards the end of post-production, which was a real treat to get to do. And in fact, the film that I'm here on behalf of, David did the soundtrack for, and this is kind of entirely coincidental that both of these films ended up back to back in this event. So yeah, it's kind of amazing.
Well, that is great. So then you really aren't in competition with each other. You both came out with acknowledgments for your work. David said this was his first film. What number is a film is this for you?
Oh,
I
did too many. Yeah, no, I'm a year-round full-time filmmaker, and I do a lot of work for hire, and so I'm up in the.
Okay, up in the I don't know how many.
a lot of short, mostly short films. So but in terms of one that I have a major creative role in, there's a few a year, but this was a real special project, and one that frankly I'm kind of blown away won People's Choice. It's a 12-minute non-narrative, almost silent film with just David's music, and it's a meditative piece. It's not the sort of thing you necessarily expect to be super popular or get these kinds of accolades. So I'm really blown away that this was selected. I mean, it's a tribute to the beautiful performance of Erin Ball, who is really the star of this film, and her ability to move in really profound and incredible ways that can carry a film with no dialogue for 12 minutes. So yeah.
Well, congratulations. I was going to say, since you opened with saying you have no idea why the film was embraced, but it sounds like maybe you do. You know, like maybe people have an appetite for things that they are not traditional, to borrow a term that David used.
Yeah, well, that's one of the beautiful things about this festival, is I think that there's a real celebration of films from such a diverse and beautiful range of films. And if you watch the local short selection, you know, it's an incredible set to think all the different types of things that are being made in this town. And yeah, to see something like this particular film be awarded is a tribute to the festival itself too, for the kinds of work that it celebrates and showcases. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Josh. It was great chatting with you, and congratulations again.
Cheers. Thanks, Thom.
Thank you. Actually, when you look at them this close, they don't really look, just because they both have beards. And our next award is new this year. Oh, I know. We had so many amazing features this year that were the first for their directors. The films eligible for first feature in 2022. Here they are. Bootlegger, directed by Carolyn Monet. Dawn, Her Dad and the Tractor, directed by Shelley Thompson. Islands, directed by Martin Edralin. Learn to Swim, directed by Tyrone Tommy. Night Raiders, directed by Denis Goulet. Scarborough, directed by Sasha Nakai and Rich Williamson. Saint Anne, directed by Rain Vermette. And Wildwood, directed by Bretten, Hannam. One more. Wokiji Low, The End of the Piece, directed by Heather Hatch. And we have a winner. The winner is Islands, directed by Martin Edralin. And Martin was unable to join us, but congratulations, Martin. The first winner of the first feature film, which everyone will remember from now on, began in 2022. Hopefully this is an award that will continue on. Martin, you have gone down in history as being the first one to win this at KCFF. I can't believe that we are already at the last award, and it makes me kind of wish that I did ramble on a bit more, because I'm not even done my martini and I have no reason to leave. I'm enjoying this so much. But here we go. Our last award is the Limestone Financial People's Choice Award, voted by our audience. The top films in the running are, here they are: WILDHOOD, Run Woman Run, Dawn, Her Dad and the Tractor, All My Puny Sorrows, Carmen, Last of the Right Whales, and Night Raiders. All of them great films. I've seen them all. Tremendous films. I'm so glad that I didn't have to choose. And the winner is, and quite frankly, I am thrilled by this. The winner is WILDHOOD. And joining us to accept the award for WILDHOOD is producer Julie Baldassi. Julie.
Hello.
Congratulations, Julie. I really could go on another hour talking about how much I love WILDHOOD. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Of course, on behalf of Bretten, Hannam, the writer-director, and my producing partner, Garrett Kahn, it's such an honor and such a wonderful thing to receive an Audience Choice Award for this kind of film. We have our theatrical release in Canada starting this weekend, but we've been doing some festivals since premiering at TIFF, and it's just been so gratifying to see this kind of film, really touching people deeply and allowing them to feel seen and heard. So I'm so grateful. We're all so grateful for this award, and thank you so much.
You know, I have to say, Julie, that first of all, we got to talk to the young actors. And I had the good fortune to introduce the film at KCFF. And I talked to the actors via Zoom. I was going to say Skype, how 2000. I got pre-pandemic, exactly. These two young men are really made for the camera. Like they just burst out on the screen with a power and an energy that you just go, these kids are movie stars. Now, when I mentioned this to Bretten, they said not to tell those actors that because it would go to their heads, but really they seem very grounded. Do you have any thoughts on how you got those actors and what they were like to work with?
Yeah, I mean, they were both incredible. They're both incredible in the film, and you know, they're both incredible talents. It was, you know, Brett and Garrett worked on a short film version of the feature prior to my involvement, and in that process, they went through, they went to like every Indigenous community in, I think, the East Coast, or certainly Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, you know, and then even in casting the feature film, it was like across Canada search, because we're still just building that capacity in terms of Indigenous performers. And, you know, Josh and Philip just stood out to us. Our film got pushed. It got pushed, you know, for normal production reasons, and then it got pushed again because of the pandemic. And they were both so committed to their role and remained committed through filming. So yeah, they're both, you know, blasting off and onto amazing things, but I can't wait to see their careers evolve. And you know, we're all just so excited that we're reaching a point in this country where we're really building that capacity amongst Indigenous performers and creatives and crew and all of that.
Agreed. And I would also maybe extend that a bit, although absolutely an extremely important progression, as you mentioned, but also two-spirited stories. You know, you kind of, I'm 60, I'm in my 60s. So if I was Philip's age back, whenever that was in the 80s or 70s, I guess, that kind of filmmaking would have been a very difficult choice for a young man to make. Were they able to embrace this? Is that kind of reluctance gone now? I mean, are we seeing a real stronger affirm on people able to all people tell their stories regardless?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I can't speak for them, but I think that they were, both actors just felt the power of Bretten's script and of the truth that they were trying to tell in this story, and I think that drew them to it. I mean, yeah, I think we are reaching a different time for Two-Spirit and for you know, all sorts of queer people. You know, I'm watching the Andy Warhol documentary on Netflix right now, and I'm just like, we're being teleported back to like being a gay man in the 60s and 70s and 80s, and I think, you know, we take it for granted sometimes, but we really have come so far, and you know, it's really important to people. We've had a lot of people, especially, you know, Garrett went to, I think, almost every festival screening, and afterwards would just have kids from all different cultures coming up who really felt seen in these, you know, coming from different cultural backgrounds and different, you know, all sorts of different backgrounds, but you know, knowing something about themselves, and so to see that on screen, I think is so important for people.
I agree, and I applaud you and everyone involved with the film for bringing that. You know, for my own child who can watch that film and see themselves in it, and for everybody else's child, regardless. Thank you. I think WILDHOOD is truly one of the great films of this year, and a well-deserved award.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, I'm sad to say that that's a wrap, folks. And I can't even ramble on because, oh, wait a minute, just a sec. There's more on my script. Well, that's a wrap, folks. I said that already. Another year over, and knock on wood, fingers crossed, all those adages, that this will be the last time we're doing this behind our computer screens. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next year, from the Kingston Film Festival, to all our winners, to everyone watching, congratulations. Thank you for joining us. And yes, we will see you next year.